Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to my Inbox 32 video, which includes a couple of purchases that I bought today for the drop 3 of Record Store Day 2020. Before I go on, I have to say that I do not like having 3 drops of Record Store Day, mainly because you spend far too much money. It turned out altogether I think I bought 8 items over the 3 Record Store Day drops. Whereas I would never ever go above 4 if it was just the one drop. But I went up today just to buy the one item because it was one of the originals I really wanted. That was supposed to be in the drop in April, but I ended up getting 2. And I'm going to show a couple more new albums that I bought over the past month or so. Okay, to start off with, this was the one I really wanted. And it's Lou Reed and John Cale, Songs for Drella, and this is their 1990 album, or is it 91? I'm not sure, it's one or the other. I have this in CD. It's a really good album. I saw that it was coming out on vinyl for Record Store Day. I thought, yeah, great, that is one that I want. Now I've got it and it sounds great. I've played. It's a double album, so it's stretched over 2 LPs. I think the original vinyl was only the one, but it's stretched over 2 LPs with 3 sides, and one side is etched. But this was expensive, and this is disappointing. First of all, it's not a gatefold. Second of all, it comes in just these normal standard black polylined sleeves. At least they're polylined, and you also get this flimsy lyric sheet. Now, if they had had nothing to put in the gatefold, they could at least put the lyric sheet and the credits as part of the gatefold, but they didn't do it. And now I'll show one of these LPs. The other LP is actually on the turntable at the moment because I've just finished listening to it. You do get one side which is etched, and it's an etching. I don't know if this will come out, probably not, slightly, but you get an etching there of Andy Warhol himself. But yeah, it sounds really good, but it was expensive. It was over £30, it was £34 for a double album. Now if you take that in US money, you're talking about 38 quid, and Canadian it's well over 40, probably nearly 50 for a double album. It's good, glad to have it, but they could have done a little bit more. The second one I bought, sorry, there is the actual second disc, I must have put it back in. The second album I got was this one. I didn't know about this, I saw it and I went for it. And this is The Who, live at the Monterey International Pop Festival. And it's only a mini album, 6 tracks: Substitute, Summertime Blues, Pictures of Lily, a quick one, Happy Jack, and My Generation. I admit I prefer 60s Who, I really do, to the 70s Who. So this is the stuff I like, and I've played this and it does actually sound very good. The bass is very heavy, but that's The Who for you, that's John Entwistle. It reminds me a bit of J.J. Burnell, very heavy on the bass. And you do get a nice inner sleeve with this one, but the best part of this is it comes in a really nice red, white and blue vinyl. So yeah, that was great to get, and as I say, I played it and it does sound good. So that is my 8th purchase overall for Record Store Day. Please make it only one drop next year. Okay, a couple of new vinyl albums that I bought over the past month or so. And everyone showed this, and it's Tom Petty, Wildflowers and all the rest. This is brilliant. I wasn't a huge fan of this. I always put this album mid-table in my Tom Petty rankings. I haven't done one yet, but it would have been mid-table. I think it'll be higher now. In fact, I must do a Tom Petty ranking sometime. But I've played this the whole way through, all 3 discs, and it is really, really good. I don't know why I never sort of bonded with the CD. Maybe I thought there was too much on the one disc, but highlights for me, I love the acoustic stuff. I love Wildflowers and I love To Find a Friend. You Don't Know How It Feels is a great song. Only a Broken Heart is beautiful. But the third disc is really good as well. And so I'm not overly familiar with these because I've never heard them before and I've only played them once. Something Could Happen, Leave Virginia Alone. I didn't struggle with any of this album at all, apart from one song from the original album, and that's Honeybee, which I'm not a big fan of. But yeah, a very, very good album. And this is heavy, but don't it's not because of the vinyl, it's because of the packaging. The vinyl is not 180 gram vinyl, it's actually quite light, but the packaging of this is excellent, and I'm sure you've seen lots of videos on this before. Another one I got, and this is a curio that I've always wanted to get. It's been out for a few years now, actually 5 years, and I've pulled the trigger on it. And this is The Man Who Sold the World live in London by Holy Holy. Now Holy Holy were, and probably still are if they're touring, Tony Visconti on bass and Woody Woodmansey on drums. Now those two played on the original David Bowie's Man Who Sold the World album, and apparently Tony Visconti says that they never toured this album, so here's an opportunity to do it. And they brought in Glenn Gregory from Heaven 17 to do the vocals, and also Mark Almond of Soft Cell to do some vocals as well. This is just a run through the Man Who Sold the World album, and it's really good. It's nothing special, but it's very close to the original, and it just sounds good. And nice to have, put in the collection. How many times I'll play it, I don't know. Incidentally, The Man Who Sold the World is being reissued again, remixed apart from one song, After All, next month, and it's going to be in the US cartoon sleeve, so that's another expense. But yeah, I'm glad I got this, and it wasn't very expensive. One that I found on eBay, and I didn't buy the David Bowie box sets, the vinyl ones. I always bought the CDs. The vinyl ones were too dear. But the last one, the Loving the Alien box set, the shop owner Johnny, he couldn't flog it at all. So what he decided to do was to split it, and I really wanted the Never Let Me Down album, the reworking of it, and I got that, and I also bought the live Serious Moonlight. Plus I also bought the dance. I should have bought the whole flipping box set because he gave me the actual empty box in the book in the end. But I passed on this, and this is the Triple Glass Spider album from that box set, and I always regretted doing it because I couldn't afford to spend so much in one go, and he had put it on, I think it was Discogs or eBay, and sold it within minutes. Well, I found this on eBay at a very good price, and this triple album is really heavy. This was cheaper than that Lou Reed double album, so it's really good to have that. I always wanted this. I just wish somebody would put the Geister on vinyl up on eBay as well, and I would grab that too, or even the Ziggy Stardust 2003 remix. Next year I think the 5th box set's coming out with the material from 93 to 2001, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that, whether I'm just going to buy the CDs or just the vinyl. I really want the Toy album, which will be in that, but anyway, this is Glass Spider, great to have. And lastly, I thought I was never going to buy this. I'm never going to buy it. Nope, never, no point. I bought it. And it's Cat Stevens' Tea for the Tillerman 2, where he's reworked all the songs. He's reworked them well. There's not a lot of difference between these and the original, but it sounds really fresh. Longer Boats is slightly different. It's quite funky at the start before it gets hippie, whereas it's very hippie at the very start of the original. But yeah, this is a good album. Some great songs. Where Do the Children Play I've always loved. Hard-Headed Woman I've always loved, and Miles from Nowhere. A little bit fed up with Father and Son and Wild World, but it's still an absolutely excellent album. And this actually did quite well in the charts. But I think any album does well in the charts now. It goes in with its initial sales and then falls back out again, and it's the same with this. But it's still another top 10 album for Cat Stevens, Yusuf Cat Stevens. And there is The Gatefold. Okay, so those are some of the purchases I bought along with the RSD that I got today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now.